What's up, Scorpio? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting May 5th, 2025. Scorpio, I hope all is well. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all the Scorpios who celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And also welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I definitely appreciate you. The deck that I am using will be listed in the description box as always. Just going to give this deck a good shuffle and see what the potential energy is coming up for my Scorpios this week. What is coming ahead? What is coming towards Scorpio? What the Scorpio have to look forward towards. Energies for Scorpio. Oh, by the way, I'm not reading any reversal Scorpio. We'll clarify cards if necessary. I don't really want to get into the habit of clarifying too many cards because I always say tarot is very direct. All right. Energies for Scorpio. Let's cut this deck and see what is coming up. What is the potential energy to look forward to? And we're going to start off with the very first card for you, Scorpio. Money, of course. So we have the Six of Pentacles that opens up your energy for the week. And this is a card that always represents charity, of course, and gift giving. So you could be receiving a gift from someone, or you could be giving someone a gift. This could still be a pay raise for some Scorpios that I'm reading for. It's a modest one at that. And then this too could be a week where if there was any sort of slight given to you by anyone, whether it was a coworker, your boss, family member, friend, romantic partner, this may be the week they come back and apologize for whatever they may have done to you. Okay. Following the Six of Pentacles, now we have we got the Wheel of Fortune here. Major Arcana Wheel of Fortune. So luck is on your side all week, Scorpio. Okay. Things in your favor. If there was things that weren't in your favor, this wheel has the ability to turn that around into your favor. Okay. Fate and destiny. So you may be out and about wherever, come across something that you are destined or fated to have occur. One of the big money cards here. So if you're into risk taking, like gambling or playing the lottery, going to casino runs, just play responsibly. You have luck on your side all week. All right, so Five of Wands is up next after the Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, and this is usually the projection of energy that I always talk about, Scorpio, when it's involving other people. So don't get yourself engaged in any disputes or fights, petty arguments with anyone, because normally it's their energy trying to draw you in, of course. And if you ignore it as fast as it comes in, you shouldn't have any problems. All right. So don't feed into that. If it's not that type of energy that you deal with this week from others, Scorpio, then this may be a week or a period of the week that you may feel restless. And I always say, because the Five of Wands is temporary energy, that too shall pass. Up next here, now we have the Page of Swords. Again, not reading reversals. So new conversations could be taking place with new individuals that you meet, or it could be, new conversations in general with people who are already around you. First actions and first moves. But I also read the Page of Swords as information that you access through whatever means you get your news. Could be watching TV, reading the newspapers, through social media, just information. That's all it is. And then also too, it could be that someone fairly new is striking up some sort of interest towards you, Scorpio. They may be checking you out through social media. And if we get the Seven of Cups or the Moon, they may come forward to let their intentions known. All right, so that's the Page of Swords. Up next, now we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords just simply means that there is some sort of completion happening around you this upcoming week that's coming to an end. Something new is also going to be opening up. Also, if the Scorpio that I'm reading for, if it's not you or maybe somebody that you know planning future inpatient or outpatient surgical procedures, that's what I always often get with the Ten of Swords. It's going to be painful, but the Ten of Swords always offers relief and recovery. All right, so that's the Ten of Swords. Up next, now we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is always focused on something or someone, normally going after whatever it is that they are focused on. And you have to put yourself in the place of the King of Wands. That's you, Scorpio. You're very intense this week, or you could be very intense, very passionate about something. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a career. It could be a hobby, because the King or creative pursuit, because the king sends in a burst of energy to help any Scorpio out there who is artistic and creative. All right. Very fiery. He's a court card, so of course I always have to throw in there, yes, he could be expressing himself in a sexual manner, which is usually, pretty intense and positive. Following the King of Wands here, now we have the King of Swords. Okay, you have several people here in this spread. So the King of Swords is usually, again, you have to put yourself in the place of the King of Swords. That's you sitting on that throne with the sword. There is something major in terms of an action or decision that you're about to undergo this week, whatever that energy may be for you. You're very determined, may have already talked about it, communicated, cleared up any confusion that might have been associated with whatever it is that you're about to, take action or make a decision about. Following the King of Swords here now for you, Scorpio, we have the Four of Cups. This is socializing. This is interacting with family members, friends, romantic partners, celebrating. It could be in the forms of birthdays, anniversaries. No, yeah. Most likely, I usually get that some of that quality time spent in entertainment could be taking place in diners and restaurant. Even number of cups, emotionally, what you put out there this week is what you're going to get back in return. Up next, now we have the major arcana, the Empress. This is very powerful. So this could also be a week for some Scorpios that I'm reading for. Again, I read the Temperance and the Empress as that type of energy where we redraw our energies back to ourselves. Not that you are, acting selfish towards anyone that is close to you. This is more or less you probably gave enough attention to those around you. That could be family members or, romantic partners, friends, could be co-workers or whatever. Now it's time for you, for some of you that I'm reading for, to spend that time taking care of your own needs, creating your own happiness, your own peace. This is a card that also represents, in the stronger emphasis, there could be pregnancy news around you, Scorpio, this week, and also someone giving birth to a child. So it's, it's the card of beauty that I always read. The character here, Mother Nature. So you could be just spending some time outdoors, enjoying Mother, nature and God's beauty. Modifying any types of energies when it comes to, achieving some sort of good health. That could be your diet, exercising more. Some of you may be having hair appointments, nail salon appointments, could be makeovers. All right. This is loving yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, Scorpio, knowing what you are worth and what that worth means to other people. So if you don't spend the time alone or detach momentarily from those people to work on your own energies, you will never know the benefit of what you mean to them. Okay. So, and I'm not saying necessarily that is so. I'm just saying this is what I always get from the Empress. When you refocus the energy back to yourself, no matter if you're in a relationship or not. Um, it could be involving family. It could be involving platonic friendships. This is a need for you to really redraw the energy back towards yourself to take care of yourself in a good way. All right, so up next here for you is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles cross mirrors over here to the Six of Pentacles. So I would already say that it's Trump because we have a big money card here. Six of Pentacles could be that your money is improving because these cards, even though they're laid out the way that I lay them out, doesn't mean that this is the order of the energy that's going to occur. You know what I mean? So don't pay any attention to the Five of Pentacles, but I could be reading for some Scorpios who are, could be a little bit concerned about their money and their finances. Is only temporary. Otherwise, I read this as ghosting. So, you could be ghosting someone ghosting you. Stubborn energy, it could be your own or someone acting stubborn towards you. Someone could be, ignoring you. You could be ignoring them. All right. So that is the Five of Pentacles. And there is a good thing that comes out of the Five of Pentacles. You still could be the Scorpio that I'm reading for. That's, donate your time and money to worthy charitable causes. Additional information for you, messages come through with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, again, trying to sort out something. I think that, with the King of Swords here already in your spread, you already figured it out. So it could have been just an internal situation where you felt like you were pulled or feel like you're being pulled in several different directions. in trying to make a decision. And here I feel that it's conclusive with the King of Swords that you already know what you're about to do. Also, too, because you have a couple of people here in this spread, making sure that it may not be these people, but it could be anyone surrounding you. It could be part of the Five of Wands energy where someone's trying to mess with your head, Scorpio, or, mess with your head space. Don't allow it to happen. And then also, too, you may own or possess something that someone is envious of. Following the Five of Swords, now we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is what you're waiting for, who you're waiting for. You could be waiting for a phone call. You could be waiting for something important to arrive in the mail. You could be also waiting for a relationship that you may be involved in to jumpstart, pick up some sort of speed. Two of Wands is always regarded by me as slow and moving stagnation. Okay, so if we get the last card, if it's the last card that we draw and it's a movement card, it will pick up the energy of the Two of Wands. And it could have been like, working on a project. For other Scorpios that I'm reading for, it could be that this week you gather information, getting things together for something to do in the future, but you're just not ready to execute because maybe you don't have all the resources. This is my only timing card. So, I always say, whatever it is or whoever it is that you may be waiting for, 2 days or 2 week period of time. All right, so the last card I have for you is the Seven of Wands. So we already drawn the King of Swords here when it comes to your major action or decisions this week. Follow through, Scorpio, whatever that energy may be for you. This is a card that represents standing your ground, not submitting. If you do, then you end up with having to deal with some sort of regret. You don't want that, so just make sure that whatever it is that you're moving forward towards this week, that you continue to move forward towards in terms of completion. All right, because this card is always the card of regret, and it shows up here for a reason, because it's about you standing your ground, okay, standing on your principles and just not allowing others to um you know influence you in any way in terms of whatever it is that you may be going having to do this week, okay, in terms of an action or a decision. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Scorpio. This is just me interpreting these messages here. Take what's going to work for you. Definitely leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Scorpio, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.